had finally been convinced to appear in public together. The event? A huge party to celebrate Carolco Pictures, the bankroller of many of the bombastic action movies that had ruled the box office for the past decade. At the airport in Cannes, the disembarking VIPs were each handed an envelope containing 2,000 French francs spending money for the weekend. Then they were led to a convoy of waiting black Mercedes-Benzes and drivers at their disposal for the next 3 days. The vehicles, blue and red lights flashing on their tops, roared down the coast to the decadent Hôtel du Cap et des Rocs. There, a $1 million soirée, the most expensive ever thrown in the history of Cannes, awaited. One of the world's hottest bands, the Gypsy Kings, flown in on a separate jet from Spain, performed songs at high volume, and 240 guests joined those from the plane to mill around a massive terrace overlooking the sea, including Mick Jagger, who ended up dancing on top of a table next to girlfriend Jerry Hall, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren, Sharon Stone, and Clint Eastwood, who happened to be staying in the hotel and thought he'd check out what all the noise was about. As the sun went down and fresh seafood was served, the party's grandest flex was deployed. Rockets blasted up into the Cannes sky, spelling out the names of Carolco's upcoming projects and the people attached to them. This firework display said Terminator 2 in gigantic letters out over the Croisette, remembers a still-impressed Cameron. It was a day nobody who attended will ever forget, a showcase of pure excess, not to mention a cacophony that probably sent Cannes more sober visitors who until that moment had been mulling over the ins and outs of Russian comedy, running back to their lodgings. It's the best party ever done, brags Carolco co-founder Mario Casar, who put it together. Everybody was at that party, and probably nobody could have done it again. There was just one moment of panic along the way. The evening's coup de grace had been devised by Casar, a moment of showmanship to rival even magical fireworks, and which demanded equally careful handling. Schwarzenegger and Stallone, the two titans of action cinema, whose work had brought in millions upon millions of dollars and who were now living, breathing icons, would make a dramatic entrance midway through the event. They had never been convinced to star in a movie together, but tonight they would share a terrace. It would be Carolco's greatest PR stunt yet, a détente to rival any feat of international diplomacy. Except neither Stallone nor Schwarzenegger would concede on a key point: which of them would enter the party first. That old rivalry, pacified for a while, had suddenly flared back up. They were waiting outside, and everyone was asking the question, who's coming in first? Who's coming in second? Casar remembers. A chill swept through the gaggle of Carolco party planners. After so much expense, could a clash of egos make it all fall apart? Anybody aware of the history between the two stars knew it was a distinct possibility, so Casar moved fast. I took some photos with them, one on the left, the other on the right, he says, and they held my hands up in the air. Then I said, "Okay, let's go in now," and I came in with both of them, so that resolved that problem. Inside the party now, Schwarzenegger, wearing a green and yellow Hawaiian shirt, appraised the dance floor like a Terminator scanning a biker bar. Stallone, in a button-up shirt, blazer, and designer sunglasses, did the same. And then, to the amazement of all, the pair turned to each other, locked hands, and started to dance, waltzing in circles around the terrace. The famous faces in the crowd looked on, delighted. They were present for a monumental moment, a long-awaited truce, two colossal egos finally aligning in perfect harmony. Then, abruptly, Stallone grimaced and stopped. "God damn it," he told Schwarzenegger, "you're leading. I hate that." America in the 1970s was crying out for a hero. In the last year of the previous decade, the nation had conquered the moon, but now things had gone awry. Abroad, a cataclysmic defeat in Vietnam had dented national pride. At home, the president was being indicted and swarmed by protesters, some wielding signs in which the X in Nixon was replaced by a swastika. The economy, which had boomed in the wake of World War II, was wilting. the stock market plummeting 40% in an 18-month period.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.